Recovered transmission number 2. The door mark. Static in the silence. If you're hearing this, the silence has already been interrupted. This recording was found on a different device than the first. A portable recorder, the kind used for field notes and quick interviews. The file was hidden inside a folder labeled "Do Not Open." The label had been added later by someone who had clearly already heard what was inside. The audio begins with the sound of someone breathing. Not heavy, not panicked, just steady, like someone trying to remain calm. Then a voice speaks. Not the same voice as the first transmission. Different cadence, different rhythm, but the same calm, controlled tone. Like someone who has decided to speak despite the risk. This is not a test. I don't know if this will be heard. I don't know if it should be. The speaker pauses. The sound of the room becomes clearer. A faint hum in the distance, not equipment, something else. I'm recording this because I think I've been hearing it for weeks. Not in the equipment, in my head, in the spaces between thoughts. It started as a pattern, a rhythm, like a song I couldn't place. But then it became words. The voice shifts slightly, as if the speaker is choosing each word carefully. I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was stress. I thought it was a trick of the mind. Then I found the mark. The speaker breathes in slowly. A palm-shaped impression on the inside of my apartment door. On the outside, the door is normal, but on the inside it looks like something pressed against it from the other side. Like the door is trying to hold something back. I thought it was a prank. I thought someone was messing with me. I checked the locks, the windows. I checked the cameras. Nothing. The cameras show the room. They don't show the mark. They don't show the static. They don't show anything that matters. The speaker's voice becomes quieter, and that's when I realized something. What if it doesn't need to be seen to be real? What if it only needs to be heard? There is a long stretch of static, like the recording itself is being listened to. I've been trying to avoid silence. I've been leaving the TV on. I've been listening to music. I've been playing podcasts. Anything to keep the air full of sound. But the silence finds a way. It always finds a way. The speaker exhales. I think it's learning. The static shifts. Not a change in volume, a change in structure. Like the silence is rearranging itself to form something. I started noticing that the pattern comes back after I speak. Not after I play something. After I speak. Like it's listening for the sound of my voice, and then responding to it. The speaker's voice becomes more controlled again, as if forcing themselves to remain steady. I tried to test it. I recorded myself speaking into the microphone, then stopped and waited. I waited for the silence. I waited for the static. I waited for the response. There was a delay at first, a slow, patient delay, but then it started responding faster, like it was getting closer. The speaker pauses. The room becomes quiet. Not quiet in the normal sense. Quiet in a way that feels intentional. I thought I was imagining it until I heard my own voice in the silence. There is a sound here that almost resembles a whisper, but it is too faint to be clear. It wasn't me. Not exactly. It was my voice, but wrong. Like a recording played back through water. The static grows heavier, as if the recording is struggling to stay clear. I'm not sure how to describe it. It sounded like me, but it also sounded like something else was speaking through me. Like the silence was trying to mimic me. The speaker's voice breaks slightly. I'm recording this because I think it wants me to speak. I think it wants me to make the sound that lets it through. There is a long stretch of silence. Then the speaker speaks again, but the voice is different. Not different in tone, but different in intent. I'm going to do something I shouldn't. The speaker breathes. I'm going to stop talking. The room is quiet again. The static is present but not loud, like a presence waiting. The speaker whispers. I want to see what happens when I don't give it anything to work with. There is a faint sound of movement, a chair shifting, a door creaking. Something distant, like someone walking down a hallway. The speaker speaks again, more urgently now. I think it's in the walls. I think it's in the building. I think it's in the silence itself. I don't know if it's a thing or a state. I don't know if it's a presence or a pattern. All I know is that it is here. The static becomes louder. The voice becomes more strained. I can feel it pressing against the air, like something trying to get through. The speaker swallows. I'm going to stop talking now. The audio changes. It becomes almost too quiet, like the recorder is no longer capturing sound the way it should. Then the speaker speaks again, but this time the words sound different, like they are coming from deeper inside the silence. I can hear you listening. The voice is distorted. Good. You're listening. The static grows heavy, like a wall closing in. Now it knows you're here. The recording continues, but the voice changes again. Not the same speaker, not the same tone, something else. The words are spoken in the same voice, but it's slower, more deliberate, like someone else is guiding the speaker's mouth. The voice says, "You found the mark. You looked. You listened. Now you belong to the silence." The speaker tries to speak, but the words come out wrong. The voice stumbles, then recovers. I didn't mean to. The silence responds with something that sounds like a laugh. But it's not a laugh. It's the static itself. It's the shape of sound. The speaker's voice becomes faint. I don't know how much time has passed. The recorder keeps running, but I don't feel time anymore. I don't feel anything anymore. Just the pressure. Then the voice returns, clear again, but different, like the speaker has changed. You are listening. That is enough. The audio cuts sharply. There is a moment of silence. Then, as if the recording is restarting itself, the original voice returns, whispering, I think it wants to speak through you next. End of recovered transmission.